Good afternoon, St. Joseph School. We're going to start our Palm Sunday celebration with a reading from Matthew, chapter 21, verses 6 to 9. The disciples went and did what Jesus had told them to do. They brought the donkey and the colt, threw their cloaks over them, and Jesus got on. A large crowd of people spread their cloaks on the road, while others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. The crowds walking in front of Jesus and those walking behind began to shout, "Praise to David's son! God bless him who comes in the name of the Lord! Praise be to God!" The Sunday before Easter is called Passion Sunday or Palm Sunday. On that day, we remember when Jesus entered Jerusalem as a king. At church, we receive palm branches. Unfortunately, we don't have enough fresh palm branches for everybody, so today we are going to wave our paper palm branches. The people in this Bible story from Matthew used palm branches to welcome Jesus. They realized that Jesus was the promised Savior, called the Messiah. So they praised him when he rode into Jerusalem. They greeted Jesus as the son of King David, as their king. The people had prayed for a king who would lead them in a fight for their freedom. Now I'm going to just read a little bit of this story, and this is Easter love letters from God. So here's the picture here. Can you all see that? There's Jesus coming in on the donkey, and there's all of the people putting down the palms and the clothes for him to come in. Okay, so this is called King of Kings. The donkey felt very special as he trotted down the road to Jerusalem with Jesus on his back. He had never carried a king before. The road was lined with people clapping and cheering. Everyone was there to welcome Jesus. Little children laughed as they waved their palm branches high in the air like flags. "Hosanna! Hosanna!" the crowd shouted as Jesus passed by. He was the one they had heard about. Here was the king who could save them from their enemies. But how would he do that? He wasn't wearing armor, and he didn't look like he was ready for a fight. An earthly king would ride out on a mighty horse, but Jesus was a heavenly king. He rode in on a quiet donkey. An earthly king would ride in with an army of strong soldiers, but Jesus rode in with an army of invisible angels. An earthly king would ride in carrying gleaming swords and weapons, but Jesus rode in carrying love, forgiveness, and peace. An earthly king would capture his enemies and take them to jail, but Jesus would free his enemies with love and lead them to heaven. The King of Kings stepped down from his donkey. Can you see him there? Stepping down from his donkey? He patted it on the back and turned towards Jerusalem. Jesus had only a few days left to live on earth, just a few days to show the world what love looked like. And so his last days began. And it says, "Dear St. Joseph School," this is a message from God, by the way. "Dear St. Joseph School, when Jesus rode into Jerusalem, he didn't come to fight the Romans. My son came to fight hatred, sadness, and unkindness. And the only way to fight those enemies is with love. Jesus came to teach people how to love. He came to heal us from everything that hurts us and to fill our lives with joy, hope, forgiveness, and peace. The more you get to know Jesus, the more you'll discover that this can be your life too. Love from God." So there again is a picture of Jesus and his donkey. And God's wonderful words to you say, "I am the Lord who heals you." All right, and what does that love look like? Well, it looks like Jesus washing the feet of his disciples. And that's a story for Thursday that you can share with your classes. So we are going to now put a song on, a Hosana song, and you are going to get ready to meet me on the tarmac. Remember, you're going to be looking for your divine house sign, and you're going to stand there with your palm, and you're going to wave your palm. And Mrs. Whitesick's going to get my big announcer out there, my microphone, and we're going to sing Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. All right, see you out there.